Kershaw was dealing last night. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies House to Videocast, and today we're going to recap the first game of the World Series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Dodgers as the Los Angeles Dodgers defeat the Tampa Bay Rays by a final score of 8-3 as Clayton Kershaw goes out there and pitches 6 innings, strikes out 8. He was unbelievable. The Dodgers offense is deep and it is good. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. What an exciting first game of the World Series. You have a guy, Clayton Kershaw, who has not been good in the postseason. You have him go out there and pitch 6 innings, strike out 8. I mean, he was very, very good last night. I know he didn't go very deep in the game, but striking out 8 in 6 innings is pretty good. And you look at the Dodgers bullpen, backed it up as well. And I know the Rays pushed across 3 runs, but it wasn't enough. The Dodgers pushed across 8. I mean, their offense is just unbelievable. You got Cody Bellinger over there who thought he hurt himself after that home run the other night. And you have Mookie Betts also launching a home run as well and steals 2 bases. Steal base, steal tacos. Now I think Taco Bell's now giving out 2 free tacos today because of that. And I mean, I tell you, the Dodgers lineup is just so deep and it's just so good. And if you really want to look at it, I mean, the problem was for a while is that a lot of people thought they were too left-handed heavy, and I think that was true. I mean, you got guys like Muncy, Bellinger, and Corey Seager as well. And then you bring over a guy like Mookie Betts, who's just a star, and he's one of the best players in the game. He's a right-handed hitter, so it kind of balances out that lineup a little bit. And I tell you, there's just so much depth in that lineup and just so much power. And, you know, that's why I just think they're going to win the World Series. You already saw they already won the first game. So I tell you what, they are a very, very good baseball team. Now, guys, let's take a look at the scoring summary. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Cody Bellinger homers on a fly ball to center field, a 2-run shot, and the Dodgers now take a 2-0 lead. A fast start for the Dodgers, only in the bottom of the 4th inning. Once again, man, I mean, you put the pressure on the other team when you score first, and that's what the Dodgers did. Then in the top of the 5th inning, Kevin Kiermaier homers on a line drive to right field, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. So the Rays kind of fight back a little bit. You're down 2-0, you hit a solo shot, now it's a 1-run ball game. So, you know, you're kind of, down on yourself. You're already losing the first game. Well, you're only 1 run away from tying it. Then in the bottom of the 5th inning, Max Muncy reaches on a fielder's choice by Yandy Diaz at first base, and Mookie Betts comes around to score, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. I'll talk about how important it is, right? I mean, you don't want to get long ball happy. You had to manufacture runs, and the Dodgers know how to do that, and that's really, really impressive. And I know it wasn't an RBI single or RBI double, something like that, but you really just want to try not to get long ball happy. Then in the bottom of the 5th inning, Will Smith singles on a line drive to center field. Corey Seager scores, and it's now a 4-1 ball game. So the Dodgers are just piling on at this point. And then Chris Taylor singles on a line drive to left field. Max Muncy scores, and it's now a 5-1 ball game. So I told you, I mean, I was just talking about it. Manufacture runs. I mean, don't get long ball happy. Don't just rely on the long ball. You got to get RBI singles and things like that to win your ball games. You can't just rely on the home run all the time. It's not going to work for you. Not looking too good for the Rays here. You're down 5. You're going up against the best team in baseball. I know you're in the World Series, but I mean, come on. I mean, this Dodgers team is just unbelievable. It's the best in baseball. I know the Rays were the best team in the American League, but still, this is gonna be an uphill battle. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, Mookie Betts homers on a fly ball to right field. And it's now a 7-1 ball game. At that point, I knew it was over. I was sitting there. I'm like, okay, this game's over. I mean, I even thought it when the Kike Hernandez RBI single, but I was pretty sure when Mookie Betts hit that solo home run to make it a 7-1 ball game. And then in the same inning, Max Muncy doubles on a line drive to right field. Justin Turner scores. It's now an 8-1 ball game. The Dodgers just piling it on here. I mean, this game was already over, as I said, at the Kike Hernandez RBI single. And the Dodgers just piling it on here. And the Rays would fight back a little bit in the top of the 7th inning. Mike Borsallo singles on a line drive to right field. Manuel Margot scores, and it's now an 8-2 ball game. Trying to make it a little bit interesting. Add some runners in scoring position, getting the job done. Then in the same inning, Kevin Kiermaier singles on a line drive to right field. Joey Wendle scores, and it's now an 8-3 ball game. That's our ball game, and then 8-3 your final score. The Rays tried to fight back a little bit in the top of the 7th inning, did not go as planned, and the Dodgers take game 1. And I'm still saying Dodgers in 6, but Clayton Kershaw, one heck of a performance last night. 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. He was unbelievable. A guy, as I said, who has not been good in the postseason. He was just able to just shut down and just completely dominate the Rays offense. And the Rays have a good offense, as I talk about. They have a very, very good offense. And Kershaw was just able to bear down and just totally outmatch them. And the Rays just didn't really stand a chance against them. I mean, they just were just totally outmatched. And even the Dodgers bullpen coming in, and they did their job as well. I know they, as I said, allowed that in the top of the 7th inning with some RBI singles and things like that. But other than that, I mean, there wasn't really much going on for the Rays last night. I mean, on the offensive side, and their pitching clearly let them down in this one. It was pretty bad. Tyler Glasnow started this game. He went 4 1/3, 3 hits, 6 earned runs, 6 walks, and 8 strikeouts. You can't walk. I mean, 6 walks. I mean, that's really, really bad. I mean, a lot of base runners. And 6 earned runs. I mean, you can't have that starting a World Series, especially in any game, especially the World Series. I mean, that's really, really bad. I mean, that's just pitiful. The bullpen was a little bit better, only allowed a combined 2 earned runs, but this was hurt so bad by the Tyler Glasnow outing. It was just absolutely dreadful. It was absolutely terrible. And yeah, so good. The Dodgers take game 1. It doesn't really come as much of a surprise for me, but you just never know the Dodgers. You saw them in 2017, 2018 get to the World Series, and they just choke. And I do think the Red Sox were a better team than the Dodgers in 2018. In 2017, I predicted the Dodgers to win against the Houston Astros when they actually lost. But the Astros were cheating during that year, so if it was an honest series, then maybe I would have been right. But yeah, I mean, none of this really comes as any surprise. It just goes to show you, a game like this shows how deep the Dodgers lineup is. And as I talked about earlier, there were concerns that they were going to get a little bit too left-handed heavy. They bring over Mookie Betts, and that really, really balances out that lineup. And that's why I do think they will win the World Series. And you want to go look at Clayton Kershaw's start. As I said, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. Only 1 walk compared to Tyler Glasnow's 6 walks and just 4 1/3. I mean, so Kershaw was so much better. I know he didn't go deep, but he was a lot better than Tyler Glasnow. And I tell you what, the Dodgers bullpen was very, very good as well. Florio, a third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and 1 strikeout. He was the only guy in the bullpen that did not have a good appearance. The rest of them were great. He was the only guy that did not do well. He was the worst guy to come out of the bullpen for the Dodgers last night. But other than that, very, very good. And as I talked about, you just don't know what to expect out of Clayton Kershaw in the postseason. He's just so shaky. He's just so unpredictable. I mean, it's kind of scary if you're a Dodgers fan sitting there thinking like, oh my goodness gracious, Kershaw, this guy is just a choker. I mean, the guy, I'm so scared to see him come in, in the postseason, because you just don't know, because a lot of guys do not do well under pressure. So Dodgers take game 1, and if you're a Rays fan, you just got outmatched. I mean, as I talked about, I mean, you still have a little bit of hope, right? I mean, it's not the end of the world. You're only down 1-0. If you could win today, it's a series. If you lose today and it's not looking too good, I know you're going to be the home team for the next game. But it's not going to be looking too good if you lose today. You're going to be down 2-0, and it's going to be a little bit harder to come back from that. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. I mean, if you're, as I talked about, if you're a Dodgers fan, you got to be feeling good. I mean, you saw the offensive performance you got last night, and I mean, Kershaw, as I talked about, how about Kershaw totally just dominating. He almost looked like that. I know he didn't go 8 innings like in that wild card series start, but he almost reminded me of that. I know he had that rough start against the Atlanta Braves, but the Kershaw I saw last night was unbelievable. Totally just unbelievable. And the Rays could come back in this one, but I just think they just look overpowered. And the Rays are still a very, very good baseball team. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was nice to see fans in the stadium, right? I mean, that's what should be happening. I'm glad that fans are going to the games. I can't wait to get back to Citizens Bank Park next year and go see my Phillies play, and I'm really looking forward to that. And it was so nice to see fans in the stadium. I mean, I've missed that so much, and there are a limited amount of fans, but it's still nice to see fans in the stadium. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Dodgers take game 1 of the World Series. 8-3 your final score. A very, very exciting game, and just an offensive explosion for the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw was masterful, going 6 innings and striking out 8. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Blake Snell on the mound for the Rays tonight, 2-2 with a 3.20 ERA, going against Gosselin for the Dodgers, 0-1 with a 9.95 ERA. 8:08 the first pitch, World Series Game 2. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you all later. I'll see you.